Hi, this is Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. This is a Battle and Red Shine map, and we're following Gardyy from King's Clan in his AMX 1357. She's a tier 7 French light tank in the premium range. It's a game with tier 7s and 6s, so he's top tier in this game from a tank perspective. And he's basically heading along the river here, which is one way to cover both the hill where the enemy TDs tend to gather and also get to where the heavy tanks cross. So he's trying to spot and give information to his team about the progress of the enemy tanks. And he spots both their light tanks, a 12T and a T71 CMCD, and he's spotted himself now, so he's trying to basically get the T71. Now he's gotten one shot in and he's just trying to, there he goes, track the T71 CMCD, and he's just blind firing now. He's gone dark, and the Cromwell behind him has taken out that light tank, so the enemy are down one tank, and he's got a small amount of damage on his total, but probably got more from the blind firing. We'll see that at the end of the game. Now there's a 5916 with him, which is another light tank, and this is a bit ridiculous in the sense that light tanks should be covering both sides of the map, so not together. Now Gardyy took a hit there from artillery, which has damaged his engine and his tracks, so he's just moving around. You can see another arty run came in. There's 3 arties on each side, and there's 3 of them M44s on the enemy side, which are both fast firing and relatively accurate, so not ones you want to be underneath if you can help it. So he's repaired his gun and just pushing it along this track here. But be careful in the sense that tend to be enemy TDs or other tanks that are in this area that are basically backing up the heavy tanks. If one of the tanks on your side pushes through underneath the Zeppelin, they can get shots across the river, and he's therefore being careful here. So as he's done, he's just spotted out the enemy Scorpion, which is the American Scorpion, the tier 7 premium tank destroyer. It's got really minimal armor on it, so he's basically putting his whole clip in. This gun, by the way, is a 57mm, as in the title of the tank, 1357, tells you it's a 57mm. It's a bit of a pew-pew, but a very fast-firing gun, and with premium rounds, as he's got loaded, it's got decent penetration. So here is lining up the T20, the US medium tank, and he's again just waiting here for his clip to reload, but he'll go and respot him and basically try and put more damage in. So he's nearly 1,000 damage here. Now he's just spotted the T20, so he's just making sure he's got a good green reticle, which he has, and starts pumping the rounds in. You can see he's only doing 90 something damage per shot. He just took a blind shot from the T20, and then the Scorpion just went straight through his line of fire and did that. Now the 5916 is being annoying there. He's basically driving into Gardyy, which isn't helping, and another arty round came in again from their spotting, just damaged his gun again. So he's just going to repair that, and just being very careful here to make sure there's no other tanks there. The T20 is still alive. There's probably 1 or 2 shots to go, but the 5916 takes them out. So now he's basically assured himself that he's got no one to challenge him. He's just going to come back into cover here, I think, and do that, but he's realised that the remaining heavy tank there under the Zeppelin is basically going to be taken out by a whole bunch of things, so he's not going to get any real value out of being there. So now as he comes here, he finds the AMX 12T on the hill, and he's putting in some very accurate shots here, so good shooting there, Gardyy, and gotten a bunch of damage on the 12T, and then puts the remaining shots into the Jackson, so he doesn't have to move too much to re-aim. And basically while he's reloading, he's going to move forwards towards them. So he's coming up to an area where sometimes there are TDs in the bushes up around the A3, A4 area, but they've got the 5916 is going there. He's probably taking some damage, and he's exposed the fact that yeah, some medium tanks there, plus the artillery. So the 12T, well, it's just gone, vaporized by Arty, but we know that there are artillery here in the bushes, and probably all three of them, so he's managing to get one of them disposed of. He's already up to 2,260 damage, which is a pretty excellent target of damage. And here they've found the second of the M44s. So now there's 3 tanks left, the M44, the T-3485M, which now they've just found. And he's just waiting for him to present a useful shot, and going in through the side of the turret. And he just takes a reload while he's moving up again. He's got any 8 rounds left, so we'll just see how many ends up at the end there. But 2,700 damage, probably again a bit more probably because of the blind shooting, but we'll just check this. And now these tanks are sitting behind the rock, basically the last 2 tanks. So the VK goes in and gets damaged, and he just basically walks past the T-3485M, and he's just coming up on potentially where the P-43 is. Not sure if he'll get any damage out of this, but okay, there's the P-43. Yep, final target. And he's out of shells, so he can't complete the kill, but then the gets taken out by Tank Destroyer. So excellent game there, 4 kills, 3,300 damage, and we'll see what the total looks like. So that was an ace tanker game, and he also achieved the high caliber award for the highest damage across both teams. 4 kills, 3795 damage, which shows, yeah, he did about another 400 damage in blind shots, and also 886 assisted, so just under 4,700 combined damage there, which is really good performance for a light tank at that tier. Ended up with 1591 base experience, which again is an excellent amount, again twice as much as the next player in his own team. And looks like the top on the enemy team was the T-3485 for outlasting most of the rest of his team. So 56 shots fired, which was his whole clip total, 44 hit, and of those 43 penetrate, just indicating he was using, premium rounds for most of the time. So he lost 55,000 in total, but yeah, well worth the effort and the spend there. Anyway, thanks for watching, and come back sometime.